Mother Russia has invented some of the weirdest fighting sports in the world, and today we'll see some of the craziest and most shocking fights that they have come up with. It's like they're bored being over there in the snow all day or something. It can also be the copious amounts of vodka that they drink that they just come up with all types of fighting challenges while being drunk off their butts. If you want to help me out, please like this video as it really makes a difference. Also subscribe and let me know if you would participate in any of these fighting sports. Let's get going. This is one that I have just discovered today, and it's by far the craziest one on this list, and if you have any type of claustrophobia, you will not be able to compete. These guys get in the phone booth, and if you're young, a phone booth was a box where they used to have a public phone in the past. Anyways, they get in there without gloves or headgear and just go at it. The guys are locked in there for 3 1-minute rounds, and the fight doesn't stop unless someone is unresponsive. Also, there are no weight classes, so if a big enough guy gets in there, he can just suffocate the other guy as they won't be able to throw any punches at him. It's a truly insane sport that can only happen in the crazy land of the Russians. These two guys actually had a sparring session before, but a promotion had the bright idea to actually put them in a professional fight.
Итак, дорогие друзья, монгол, кажется, добился одной рукой. Рука с таким легендарным. Кирилл еще, Кирилл.
The smaller guy is a blogger and a fighter, while the guy with the misshapen arms is just an idiot who decided to inject synthol into his arms, and maybe he thought that he actually gained some strength from it. The older man is 45 years old, while the inflated arms guy is in his 20s, and it went just like the first fight with the blogger getting an easy victory. It should have been over in the first round, but they kind of pushed the young guy to get back in there since they wanted to get their money's worth, and it wasn't worth it as he just got dominated again. Kirill, who was the guy with the synthol, would cower after every punch, while Mongol would just easily walk through the punches. Russia is so crazy that they were able to schedule a professional fight between a feminist and 2 crackheads, who happened to be grandson and grandfather. I don't know how they come up with these ideas, but this single woman was able to beat these 2 guys extremely easily, at least in my eyes. They were scared to get in there and take the hits, and were too stupid to actually team up and take her down. In the end, they gave a tie in this freak show of a fight, and it just reminds me of hyenas trying to take down a lioness, too scared to fully commit, but they were consistent in their attacks. Do you guys remember the movie 300 where the Spartans are fighting the Persians? Well, somebody saw the movie and learned about the real fight in history, and decided to hold a professional fight in this style. They fight in a narrow ring in teams of 4, where they face each other one at a time, taking turns and eliminating each other until all fighters from one team have gotten eliminated and the other team wins. If the winner chooses to, he can just keep going and face the entire team, eliminating all of them. The first guy took out 3 before changing places with a teammate, and his team easily won. There are no weight classes as the winning team was considerably bigger, and it's really interesting for sure, and I kinda like it. M1 Global is a fighting promotion from Russia, and they invented the medieval fighting where guys wear full suits of armor and take each other out.
And the fight can be finished. Whilst a lot of these fights do go to decision, these 2 fights is impressive.
Apparently, these guys don't really feel the armor once they have it on, and if worn correctly, they don't really feel much, including the hits, and don't really get injuries. These fights include takedowns, but you can only deliver 3 shots before being stood up again. The swords are blunted and stabbing is not allowed, and they use shields as well. Although it looks bad, this might be the safest MMA sport out there, and it looks awesome. This fight is just weird, and this promotion branded it really weirdly as well, as the AV star versus the gay man. I have no idea what is happening over there anymore.
Ого, все. Поединок начинается. Наконец-то легли правильно. Вот это самая лучшая позиция для обоих.
These are just some of those freak show fights that they have. And there's a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction, which is planned, of course, so you can see everything. Then there's a ton of stereotypes. And then I think their mom comes in at one point to defend them. It's just a crap show. And I don't know how this entertains anybody. But here you have it as another crazy Russian fighting sport. I don't know what's up with Russians and bears, but apparently one of the ways they test their wrestling is by actually wrestling bears. Even Khabib did it as a kid. That bear is freaking strong and takes down Khabib, but he holds up pretty well. Of course, the bears are trained, but training can only go so far and they could go crazy at any time and attack. But Russians, they just don't care. Imagine an American parents allowing their kid to wrestle a bear. That would never happen. I mean, it's a really good way to learn because as you can see in the video, bears are pretty good at taking you down. Now we have a guy who actually thought that he could take on 3 guys in a professional fight at the same time. And it went exactly how you think it would go.
Nie wiem kto wygrał, ale na pewno długo to nie potrwa. No nie, zdecydowanie długo to nie potrwa.
One guy just held on while taking him down, and the other 2 just rained down the punches. I commend this guy for even thinking that he had a chance, but this at least will show others out there that if you're up against multiple guys, the best thing you can do is just run away. If they have any sort of sense, they will destroy you within seconds. This is a professional fight where Steve Panda Banks is fighting 3 guys, but only 2 start inside the ring. But once he starts swinging at the guy outside, it turns into a 3-on-1.
I was gonna say they're pulling their punches a little bit. At least the big guy was. Not anymore. Not anymore for something. Oh, he maybe should.
He's hitting the dude.
He kicked him. Oh, he's coming in. He's mad.
So that was fair
At
game.
least you don't get anyone doing that, like hitting.
Oh,
him in the back.
man.
Oh my goodness.
There are no takedowns allowed, and Panda is much bigger than the other guys. And he's a professional fighter, while the other 3 are amateurs. Even with a professional fighter, 3 is just too many. Even 2 guys are taking him down. If takedowns were allowed, it would all be over. I think that because of the multiple opponents, Panda can never really commit to throwing with all his might at one single guy because he leaves himself exposed, so he's always holding back, and that's when the guys swarm him, and then they can deliver the truly good shots. It's fun to see, and the UFC should maybe adopt this as a preliminary fight, just for more entertainment. These are just those team fights that they have in Russia. The teams are composed of 4 guys, and well, they just go at each other. All the guys naturally pair up with a rival, but they are able to swing at anyone at any time. Once one of the guys is able to beat his own guy, he can go help his other teammates, and that's when the fights really end. The refs are there to stop the fight whenever they think it needs to be stopped, or if a guy taps out. These fights can be pretty brutal, but it shows what can actually happen in the streets, which provides more real-life situations. I wouldn't mind being one of the 3 guys that goes against one guy, but no way in hell am I taking on multiple guys or a freaking bear. Thanks for watching this video. See you next time.